everybody, this is Jewelyn. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to one of my favorite series, Pot of Fame, New Month, New Leaf, June edition. It is the middle of June. I'm about to head to Las Vegas tomorrow morning for the work weekend, followed up by flying home to Hawaii in 3 days to celebrate my grandpa's life, which is pretty emotional. If you guys watch my vlog channel, I did go ahead and share a smoothie talk on kind of where I'm at in life, as well as just kind of being really exhausted with my schedule. I'm just constantly on a go. It's so hard to keep up with my channel, so thanks for being patient. Again, please subscribe to my channel, thumbs up the video, and hit the bell notification, because with my schedule of working in 2 different states and working day and night, it's very tricky to be able to film content getting up at 4:30 in the morning, which I always mention, and with 2 different schedules. So I hope you guys enjoy the different series on my channel, and let me know down in the comments below if you guys love the Pot of Fame. So in this month's Pot of Fame, because a lot of my plants in my collection that I did feature on my channel are still giving me new leaves, I wanted to switch it up and focus on my succulents. As you can see, I wanted to film in this direction in front of my beautiful shelfie. In fact, I think this is the first video I've actually filmed with this particular setup behind me. Let me know, what do you guys think? I think it's absolutely adorable. And in honor of today's video, I wanted to go ahead and wear my green leafy print dress, which I will wear in Hawaii next week. It is summertime here in Southern California, and I can't wait to go home and just be on the beach in a bikini. If you do know any of the names for the succulents that I am sharing in today's video, sound off below. I think it's super cool about the plant community is that if I don't know any of the names, one of you do, and I think that's super cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to keep this video as short as I can. It's a very busy day for me. I still haven't packed for my 12-day trip, and I need to fertilize my whole collection and set them up to basically not have me around for 12 days, which I'm kind of interested how my houseplants are gonna do. I will keep you guys updated. Also, while I'm in Hawaii, I will be doing a plant collection update, you know, see what's going on with my grandma's plants that I did pick up for her when I was there. Last I know, she said the monstera that I brought home did give her a new leaf, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about a bunch of my babies, and I hope you guys enjoy this month. Side note, guys, I went back to wild orchid. I know my hair color constantly changes. I've done wild orchid numerous times. I know my mom says that wild orchid is my color, and I think being a dancer and just having a very upbeat personality, I think wild orchid really suits me. I'm kind of like going back and forth between oxblood red and wild orchid. Those are like my 2 favorites. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about plants. This is the first guy here. And actually, you know what, guys? Quick side note. Yesterday, 2 days ago, was my mom and her husband's first time ever visiting me. My mom has never visited me for 9 years since I left Hawaii. And she finally came out because they had to do some paperwork for my mom's husband in the city. So I begged my mom to come. Couldn't believe I had to beg her, but she finally made her way, and it was so nice to have them over, because I never really have family over except my grandma, which she's my mom, which is always nice to have her. And my grandma will be here probably in the fall, so stay tuned to see her as a special guest in upcoming videos. And when they see my space, they fell in love with it, and I think it was really cool to see people who enjoy being around plants and see my space. I think that was really nice. My mom's husband enjoys being around gardening and plants. He's from Turkey, and then my mom, back in the day when she was young, my age, she used to be into succulents and cactus too. So I think it was really cool to see their reaction and them enjoying my space, and they actually spent the night last night. So Ebby went back to Las Vegas with them, so there's no Ebby in this episode, but I will be going back to Las Vegas early in the morning, so I'll see Ebby then. So back to talking about plants. So here is the first guy here, and the reason why I thought about my family being here was because my mom's husband wants to recreate this shelfie. He pointed out this particular planter that he really liked it, and he wanted to get a bunch of these. This is actually from IKEA. I haven't been to IKEA lately. It'd be cool to go and see their plant section and what kind of planters that they have. This particular succulent has been literally growing on me a lot. I'm not too sure what I want to do with this guy. So this guy is pretty interesting because, as you can see, it's really leggy, and then it almost feels like it can trail. So I think depending on where I place this, I kind of like to have this guy up against the wall and kind of have it hang out like this. I don't know what I want to do with him. He looks really cool, and I think the fun thing about plants is that when you have them trail, it finds its characteristics and certain traits that that particular plant has. So I love the aesthetic of every single plant, and I think this guy just kind of gives us some interesting vibes hanging over. And I think when I have him on my top shelf, I kind of place him like this. So this is the current condition of this plant. Let me know if you know the name of this particular one. It has red on the bottom, and then if you look on the top, there's some green on here. So I really like having the two tones in it, and I think it's pretty interesting. Obviously, if I really wanted to, I could go ahead and snip this here, propagate it, and then fill the planter up. But so far, it's been with me for over a year. I actually don't remember how I got this particular succulent in my collection. I'm not sure if it was bought by myself or given to me as a gift, maybe from my mom. I'm not too sure. This is what happens when you have hundreds of plants. But nonetheless, I absolutely love this thing. And actually, Kira gave me a cutting of the same guy, but with smaller petals. And I think it's a pretty cool plant. As you can see here, there's some new growth here, and I'm pretty interested to see what it's gonna look like at the end of the year. Is it all gonna be like this? It'd be interesting to see the trail. But comment down below if you have this and if you know the name of this particular. Pretty sure I probably mentioned this in a recent video of mine. I know one of you guys told me it's a cressula, so same plant family as the jade, and I have two of them. I don't know if you can see behind me. Here it is. So these are the only two that I have. I think I actually got this from Star Nursery in Las Vegas. I'm not too sure. But as you can see, it has like that ocean vibe that Southern California has in their yard. Every kind of seems to has this type of succulent in their yard. And they are growing really well on me. If you can see on the top here, there is a lot of new growth. I don't know if I featured this particular one on my channel. I know I probably maybe did a Planting with Jewelyn episode with it, and if it is a repeat plant, then this is what happens when you have tons of plants. But I wanted to go ahead and feature this one because of this brand new growth up here, and I'm kind of interested to see how big is it gonna get. Is it gonna get really big or kind of just stay right here? To be determined, because I've never had seen an adult plant of this particular style of succulent in anybody's collection. So be interesting to see. Let me know down in the comments below if you have this particular succulent and how big it is, because this is my biggest guy and I think it's absolutely adorable, and I wanted to go ahead and feature it for the month of June. Moving along to the next one in a terracotta planter, but I wanted to go ahead and feature, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but do you see that little baby growth down there? I think it's absolutely adorable. There's cute little pups growing, and I can't wait to see how big this is going to get. And I know like succulents like this are very fragile to repot, so once you put it in a planter, try to not really move it, because if you do, it will fall apart. And so I try to not touch them a lot. And then also as far as for putting fingerprints on it. But I think this is absolutely adorable. I believe I have this living on my top shelf, and I just think that it's so cute to see little baby growth happening on the bottoms there, and even right over there you can see a little growth there. I think I should be better when I buy succulents to go ahead and label them. It'd be like super cute, guys, if I could just label each little plant with like a plant label, so that when people come over or when I do my videos, it's easy for me to reference, because there's so many names. And I think like out of all the different types of plants, I think succulents and cactus are like the hardest for me to keep up with names. I think I'm better at houseplants. I featured this on my channel recently in a Planting with Jewelyn episode. I believe I got this from my West Los Angeles nursery, really close to where I work. And the cool thing about this, guys, is that I think it was really short, like this short. It was compact. It almost looked almost like a flower or like a rosette. It has grown on me like, look at how much, like this much. It is so cute. It has, if you can see, if the camera can pick up on it, it has little fuzzies on it. And I think that is so cute that it has fuzzies on it. And I love the tinge of pink. I got a call from my mom that Ebby is happy at the house, chilling out, chewing a bone. So back to where I was talking about plants. So the next one I want to share on today's episode is my elephant's food. So this has been with me for over a year, and actually I had a variegated one and I had this one, and they were really big in Las Vegas over a year ago, and then one day it just all pretty much died on me. All of the leaves fell off, and I got really upset, and I actually had it here in my collection when I first moved here. The variegated one pretty much died completely, and I kept this one, and literally in about a year it has given me back all of these new leaves. So I definitely want to go ahead and highlight my elephant's food in today's episode because it's been growing for me in the last year, all of this new growth. And I think it's absolutely adorable to see them give me new leaves because it was so sad to see them all fall off on me. And I remember buying them too in the like way over a year ago, and it was big and full, and I really fell in love with the variegated one, but at least I still have this one. Let me know down in the comments below, have you guys had problems with elephant's food if you have this particular plant in your collection? And in this one I have my beautiful planter in the cobalt blue and white aesthetic that I really love, and I believe I got this from Home Goods if I'm not mistaken, but I think it's absolutely perfect for this particular style of plant. Currently, all of the succulents that I am sharing right now on today's episode lives right behind me on the plant shelfie. So this lives below. If you guys watch my plant tour patio update for 2018, you will see it there. So before I go ahead and talk about my 2 hanging succulents that are trailing and giving me new growth, I want to go ahead and highlight the 4 babies that I've talked about on my channel, from finding it as a rescue leaf to water propagating it to graduating it into a planter with soil, and it's giving me so much new growth. It is pretty much a new plant, and I think that's really exciting. So guys, if you ever find a leaf or anything like that, or if your succulent falls to pieces, do not throw them away because in time it'll give you a new plant all by itself. I think that's one of the things that I love about planting, is that if you're just patient, in time it'll show you some love, and it's a gift that keeps on giving, and I think that's really cool. So I'm gonna talk about 4 of them, and they're currently all living in the ice cream planters. I'm gonna talk about my biggest one here, and I think it's absolutely adorable. Do you guys see this cute little new growth there? I think it's so cute, and it even has like some air roots there too. So this was pretty much 1 petal on the ground, and since then, look at it, it's giving me 2 new totally separate plants coming out from the same leaf, and look at the growth compared to my hand. And this has been like with me for, I want to say, a year now, and I think it's so cool to see. Here's another one, and it's in a baby blue, same style, and as you can see, it's probably reaching towards the sun, so I'm gonna probably have to shift it and turn it. And then the last 2 I want to talk about is this one right here. So also from 1 leaf. If you guys are interested and new to my channel, go ahead and just backtrack on these videos and you'll see how it started. It was actually all grouped together on one of my big planting containers that I tried to do veggies in, and I ended up just using it as a propagation station. Here's the last one here, so take a look at all the new growth here. This is also from 1 leaf that I rescued. I think it's so cute. I'll keep you guys updated on the new growth, but I think this is just so fun to see, and these are so cute. It kind of just tells me, like, if you're just patient in time, things will grow, and I think I just love seeing them in my collection on my shelfie amongst the plants that I did purchase. So I love having a collection that is a mixture between rescues and purchased plants, and also plants that got like traded out with me. I think is also cool to see. So now I'm gonna go ahead and shift the point of view for my 2 hanging plants. So here's my beautiful string of hooks. It's still in the original planter, but it's very hard for me to find planters that match my aesthetic, that I can go ahead and purchase for all of these big pieces in my collection. I wanted to go ahead and highlight this because of all of the new growth. So if you take a look here, it is so nice and hardy, and if you even look here on the top, there is a lot of new growth here. I actually gave Tanya a cutting on my Meet My Plant Friend episode. It's been loving the location of where it's living, and a lot of this is all new growth. So if you take a look here on the bottom, this has all been new growth since it's been with me in my collection. Let me know down in the comments below if you have this particular plant. I think the string of hooks is super cool. I'm actually looking, guys, for a string of dolphins. So if you guys know where I can find that, let me know down in the comments below. But I think this is such a really rad plant, and I just love how healthy this is. I believe I got this from the Pasadena Rose Bowl flea market. Believe so, and I think it's such a cool plant to have in my collection, and I think this is my biggest succulent piece that I do have in my entire collection, which I think is super. Alright guys, so I'm gonna wrap up the video here with my string of bananas, which is currently living at the end of my plant hanging section here against my little wooden section of the wall here. And basically this was my second string of bananas, and I originally bought my first one. It was nice and full, it died, and I got it in Las Vegas, brought it here. This is my second one. It was nice and full, and then it died. But since I moved the location to the outside patio, it's giving me all of this new growth. So take a look at this. I don't know how tall this is. I mean, it's longer than my arm. If you look here, I can kind of have it like this. So this is what it currently looks like. And as you can see, there's even new growth coming here from the top. Trying to find the perfect aesthetic matching plant and planter combination for this particular plant. Haven't found one yet, and I really don't want to fuss with it because it's such a finicky plant, but it really loves the location where it's living in my patio, so I'm just going to continue to leave it there. But let me know down in the comments below if you have a string of bananas and how big and long is it. I think it is such a rad plant, very similar to the string of hooks. And I think this is such a fun succulent to have. I think any trailing plant is really fun to have in a collection, but definitely want to go ahead and give a big shout out to my elephant's food and my string of bananas in this episode for pretty much growing back all of its growth, because it pretty much got bald in my collection and then found its way over time. So that just tells me to never give up on your plants, guys, because in time it'll give you new leaves. If you just kind of, you know, maybe shift the location of where your plant is, maybe it doesn't like the planter it's in or the location it's in. So that was just definitely a big learning experience for me with my string of bananas. But I'm gonna wrap up the video here. If you guys enjoyed this, let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel. You can find more on my blog at ilovejewelyn.blogspot.com. Until next time, aloha, bye.